Okay, hello everyone. I am Alessandro too. And love made me come back to Poland.
Oh.
Yeah, to settle down here, to find a job in Poland, and to keep dating the love of my life, a Polish girl. But find out when it was probably too late that she's married.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, now I can cry for the next 6 minutes and the story is over. Yes, I also have a napkin here, but I think I'm gonna tell you another completely different story. Yeah, because this is too hard. Okay, it's another story, and everything started in Latvia last October. I was there for a training course, Erasmus Plus training course, about business, about resilience in business, so something very serious, some serious stuff. And I was there with other 20, 30 people coming all over from Europe, so from other European countries. And we stayed there for 10 days in a beautiful venue, immersed in the nature. And we had a whole building for us. We had a kitchen, bedroom, let's say free space for our free time. And out of this building, just around, let's say 42, 43 meters walking on the right, we were able then to reach another room, and it was at the training room where we were having activities about the topic of this training course. And in this room there were just, chairs, papers, and some yoga mats. Okay, keep in mind the yoga mats because they're gonna come back later. Here I met a gorgeous, I would say, girl from Greece, yes, and I fell in love with her, really. It was really shocking for me. She was so beautiful, the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life. So after a bit, I just wanted to connect to her more, to know her better. I was already thinking about the Roman Empire and the ancient Greece merging together, and yeah, okay, never mind. But it was really good for me to feel this urge to share my best traumas with her, my biggest secrets. And one day we were in a city center to have some activities outside, and I thought it was for me the best opportunity to talk to her and also to propose her to buy some alcohol, some drinks, because that night we were supposed to have a party in our venue, in our kitchen, our living room. So I told her, babe, how much, it's on me, okay? So tonight I'm gonna pay for all the drinks you want to drink. So I'm gonna pay for everything you want to drink tonight. Just tell me how much you can handle, okay? And she agreed, of course. And she told me, I'm okay with at most three beers, okay? And I bought 4 beers. Okay, so actually 7. Yeah, okay, 3.5. 3.5 to share equally between me and her, just me and her. The night came and the party started in our venue, and we were having fun. We were playing some board games and also fun games with the other participants. And I have to say I was very surprised to see that we really share equally, fairly these beers, and all of a sudden we reached the 7th beer, and I was holding this beer, but she decided to start dancing. I don't mind dancing, I also like dancing, but sometimes I can get lost in weird conversation with random dudes instead of dancing, and that's what happened, and that was the exact moment I lost the control of the situation, yes. The control I've never had, probably. I was holding still this 7th beer, and I saw her dancing with another Italian girl, And I said, okay, it's normal. I mean, they're just dancing. Girls want to have fun. And I can still hold this beer, and I can wait for the end of the dance, and then I can ask her to finish this, this mission to drink this beer, okay? And after a minute, I was still holding this beer, and I saw her still dancing with the Italian girl, but also with the random Spanish guy. And I was still holding this beer, and they were dancing very, I would say, weirdly. They were dancing very vigorously. Yeah. Let's call this guy Pedro, this Spanish guy Pedro, because I forgot his name, or maybe because I wanted to forget his name. And after a bit, they were, holding hands, touching each other. It got a bit weird, and all of a sudden they left the party. They didn't really go far. They just stayed next to the main entrance of the building, and I was still holding this beer. It was 30 minutes I was holding this beer, and I said maybe it's the last opportunity to go to her to try to finish this beer. Yeah. Well, too late probably. I went closer to the door, to the main entrance, and we all witnessed this. I called it 3 people integration. Yes, just not to call it threesome, okay? But they started, touching and kissing each other, the 3 of them, and at that moment I realized probably it was time to stop holding this beer, yeah, and leave it on the floor forever, really. It stayed there for a few days, full, yeah. So I said, okay, maybe it's just, they're a bit drunk, so actually the Spanish guy left after a few seconds. So I said, okay, maybe it's over, the 2 girls are just a bit tipsy or drunk. No, the guy came back with something in his hand, protection of the list, okay? And he joined again the 2 girls, and they slowly left and disappeared in the nature. Okay? And in that exact moment, I realized that love made me finance this 3 people integration. Yes. Make it possible. My money, I'll say, make this thing possible. And this integration took place for some 2-3 hours, I would say, in the training room, okay? So, and specifically on the yoga mats, yes, we used for the next 3 days. Yes, shit, yeah. And the day after, this room, the training room, had a completely different smell, I would say. Had a completely different vibes. And also, the day after, these 3 people were younger in the face. They rejuvenated like 5 years. The Spanish guy, he was the happiest person on this world. I can tell you. Yeah. I was upset because I realized clearly that this love was not really mutual. Yes, was not really reciprocate. But at the same time, I was happy because I also realized that I made, these 3 people, the world, but yes, these 3 people, I would say these 3 people, the Spanish guy for sure, happier. And that's it. So thank you so much.